Welcome to Transmissions, where we talk about Hasbro, Takara, and third-party Transformers. On this episode, we talk about a figure for another character that wasn't in Bumblebee. We get a first look at toys for the new Transformers Reactivate video game. And we go through all the reveals from TFcon Orlando's third-party panel. Today is Wednesday, October 25th, 2023. This is episode 561, Transmissions.
Welcome to Transmissions, the podcast that nominates itself as the new speaker. I'm your host, Charles, aka Big C, and I'm joined by the excellent Transmissions team. Jeremy, aka Yakko.
Hey, how's it going?
Apollo, aka Robo Apollo.
Hi, everyone.
And Daryl, the Cybertronian Beast.
I guess, like Hasbro Pulse has said, let's talk Transformers.
He stole your bit.
I guess they just claimed it. It's theirs now. I have to come up with something else. It's been doing it for like over a decade, and I just have to be fine with it.
I'd be fine with they come on the show. B-Mac, Mark, Evan, come on, guys. All right. Anyway, as always, we start off the show by thanking our Donatreons, those lovely people who support us on Patreon and PayPal. Thank you all so much for continuing to help us out and keep the show going. We really appreciate it. If you are not a Donatreon and would like to become one, just go to transmissionspodcast.com/support, and that's where you can sign up. Of course, you get lots of perks for being a Donatron. We've got bonus content, including our bonus show, We Like Big Bots. That's all available on our Patreon page. We've got 10 episodes of the season 1 of We Like Big Bots. And the season 2 is going to be coming sometime in the future.
Next 10 years.
It'll just drop as a surprise at some point.
Stealth drop.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So Daryl, Dr. Pants, will hopefully get them back in the lab to give us the next season of We Like Big Bots. Of course, in the meantime, we've got our Transformers Live Play RPG podcast, Empire of Rust. That's on hiatus right now after the end of season 2, but we do have the special in between show called the Rustford Files, and this features all new characters and a new scenario in the Empire of Rust universe with all the players playing different characters, and Mike is a player this time, not the game master. So you can check that out at transmissionspodcast.com/rust.
Before you go on past Rust, I wanted to mention something because I was working on something on checking something on the website and discovered that the feed for Empire of Rust didn't go back all the way. And that's kind of a show that if you're starting new, you want to start with episode 1. So I fixed that. So now if you look at the podcast RSS feed, you can see all the episodes. So
Oh,
if you have to build a house or something, there you go. You got plenty of content.
Well, thank you, Jeremy. Yeah, the folks in the Discord were, I think someone in the Discord mentioned, hey, the feed's fixed now, and no one knew what happened. So you got to go take credit.
It was broken. I work in IT, and that's the biggest complaint. I can't fix a problem if I don't know about the problem.
Oh. I guess no one mentioned it outside of the Empire of Rust channel on Discord. So sorry.
Yeah. You knew about it.
I thought you checked the Empire of Rust Discord. Sorry.
You know how many Discord channels?
My bad. Mike's on there too. Mike could have said something. It's his show.
No. Yeah. Next time you're going to have to put in a ticket.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this week, as this show goes up, it should already be in your feed. we have episode 3 of the Rustford Files. So this is War of the Shells, episode 3 of our 6-episode mini mini show. So check
Half
that out.
shells?
no, no, no turtles involved. Just War of the Shells.
I mean,
War
I
of the
was interested
Shells.
for a half a second there. You almost had me.
I think that would require some radical adjustment to the game system if we introduced mutants and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
So
they could be like the ones like the toys, the transforming ones. Yeah.
Mhm.
Just break the universe even further.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Of course, we've still got our Toy Hacks code for getting 15% off all your orders at toyhacks.com for the month of October. The code is Skybound in honor of the release of the new Transformers #1. So you can check that out, and please make use of that code as often as you like. It will be good until the end of October. Then in November, we'll get a new code. So, keep going, but get that 15% off at toyhacks.com. Helps us out, helps you out, helps Toy Hacks out. So check it out. Also, you can still buy our custom exclusive cover of Transformers #1. It's real. I got it right here. So we will ship it out immediately if you order it from the website. It's art by EJ Sue, and the has our logo on the back, and this is our custom variant of Transformers #1. You can't get it anywhere else. EJ Sue, the only IDW artist to return for a Transformers cover for Transformers #1. So you can own it. Just order it from our website, transmissionspodcast.com/comic. And last bit before we go into toys, and we'll have an event about this later on. But our friends John Barber and Andrew Griffith are getting the band back together. So these are the folks who did a lot of work on Transformers comics for IDW. Of course, Transformers Robots in Disguise was their baby. They collaborated on that for several years, and they are coming back to do their own original sci-fi comic graphic novel called Cygna. We don't know a whole lot about it. It will have some giant robots in there. You can see the art. There's some giant robots in there. There's a mailing list. You can sign up for their mailing list if you want more information. There will be more info coming in next year, early next year. We're going to have a chat with them very soon, and that should be up, for you guys to watch very soon. If not this week, then next week we'll have that available. So take a look at that, and we'll have more info on that soon. But it's very cool. These are great artists, John Barber and Andrew Griffith. John as the awesome writer that he is, and then Andrew with his artwork. It's a great combination. So we're looking forward to it. All right, that's all our intro news. So let's jump right in with some quick hits for toys.
All right. We're going to start off with, as was said in the intro, that another character that was not in the Bumblebee movie, but here's a figure for it. 3-0 has posted about an announcement for their next non-transforming mid-size scale figure, Bumblebee movie Ultra Magnus. It's a white version of their Optimus Prime. That's Bumblebee movie Optimus Prime. And will go on sale on during the 11/11 shopping festival that China has, November 11th, obviously. Oh no, it actually goes on sale October 31st. So I guess the sale goes through the 11th. I don't know, but it goes on sale October 31st, 8 p.m. Hong Kong time, which is October 30th, 8 a.m. Eastern time. And this is going to also have different regional distribution partners, but so I imagine it'll eventually show up everywhere you normally get their stuff. But they're going to have a limited number of 30 pieces at the 30 store. And it is approximately 11.2 inches tall, or Daryl, in your weird numbers, 28.5 centimeters. It has a die-cast metal frame and 53 points of articulation, and it has a weathered paint application look. So, and then LED eyes. I mean, basically everything the Optimus Prime had, and it will retail for $229 US. So, a pretty hefty price tag, especially for one that is like a mid-size figure. But I mean, if you want that, Bumble or that, Ultra Magnus, just without any of his typical Ultra Magnus look, just the white Optimus Prime, this is your figure. So, anyway, yeah, that's all I got this week.
All right. Next, we're going to be talking about Transformers MDLX Megatron Comic Book Edition. So, we're looking at pictures of the figure right now. He features a distinct color scheme that was from the 1980s comic of Transformers. So, his helmet is a darker shade of gray, and he has a lot of other darker shades of gray markings on him that's different from our traditional Megatron, who's like one shade of gray pretty much. And so this figure stands at 7 inches tall and has 45 points of articulation, and it features die cast, which these figures all do. And it should be scheduled to be released by the fourth quarter of 2023. And pre-orders should be going live soon, if not live already. So check any of the sites that you pre-order Transformers figures at for this.
Looks cool. Okay, and next up, we've got our first look at figures inspired by Transformers Reactivate. So we have not heard a lot of news about Transformers Reactivate in the last few months. We had that teaser trailer back in December, I believe. That was at the Game Awards back in December. We had some leaks about, just a little bit of more info about what's happening in the game, but really nothing beyond that. So now Toys R Us Canada gave us some info about the Bumblebee, a 2-pack with Bumblebee and Starscream, and a little bit more info about the game. Like this is our first kind of confirmation that the Quintessons are the enemies in the game. We speculated about that, but we did not have confirmation of that, and that the Autobots and Decepticons are teaming up to fight the Quintessons in the game. So it looks like this 2-pack is Bumblebee and Starscream teaming up. So that's interesting. I mean, I hope we get some more info about the game. One curious thing, of course, is that I guess previously the game was titled Transformers Rise, and all this packaging still says Transformers Rise on it. So that's interesting that this leaked out to the toy distributor and did not, before they changed all the packaging and everything. So Hasbro actually did come out. Hasbro's PR actually came out and had a clarification, like to let them know that this was an error and that these toys are coming out and you can actually pre-order them on November 14th. So even though we don't really have any more info about the game and when that's coming out, the toys are coming out. So does that mean the game is coming soon? Are we going to see more info about the game before Christmas, or is it still going to be, next year sometime?
I guess bet they're going to do a stream in November and have a new trailer.
Mm-hmm.
That would be cool. Yeah, the trailer last year did not impress me that much. I mean, it was very generic. I felt, it was, of course, you didn't even know it was Transformers until they had the logo at the very end of the trailer. So I hope that the game is more Transformers heavy than the trailer was. So I guess we'll have to wait and see. But that is all for quick hits. So let's move on to our main topic.
All right, and I'm getting saddled with the main topic this week because it was a TFcon weekend, and we've got some third-party panel picks, and we're just going to kind of run through them here. There was an awful lot of stuff to talk about, so we are going to start off right at the beginning with Mechanical Skull Studio and their first figure, because this is a new company, and I think we touched upon this a little while ago, a few weeks back, when we first saw images of this. They've got an Armada Starscream in legend scale that they are putting out. This thing looks awesome, and it's really, really accurate to the mold, the Armada Starscream mold. That being said, it's legend scale, so should be pretty affordable for anyone who's a big fan of the Armada line and really wants to get into that, but doesn't want to spend a whole bunch on one of those masterpiece scaled Armada Starscreams. See it in its alt mode there if you want. It's got some swords and all kinds of cool accessories.
Does it come with a mini con?
I don't think so.
Oh,
It did say it comes with a hands for with a 3mm port and hands with a 5mm port in addition to a closed fist. So that's pretty cool that they're giving both options. Oh, there's a mini con.
Oh,
there is?
Look at the back.
Yeah.
Oh, that is too. Yeah, that's very cool. All right. Neat.
This looks really good. Okay, I've got to add this to the Starscream collection.
Yes, very cool. All right, Collection Space is up next, and this is another brand new company. It's interesting to when you look at the third party panels for the U.S. cons, they seem to get a lot of different companies that the Canadian TF cons don't seem to get. And so this is another new one, Collection Space, and this is much more of a I'm gonna say anime girl Bumblebee, but it has a transformation aspect to it. So this is it's got a lot of features. It's got a lot of accessories to it: replaceable hands, face plates, guns, and different weapons, a shield. But then it's also got an entire Volkswagen Beetle strapped to her back that folds up, and you can unfold that and transform her into a Volkswagen Beetle.
It's really cool that they built a little storage thing into the stand for all the extra pieces.
Yeah, there's an awful lot of pieces, a lot of tiny little pieces. The mold is cool. You're definitely getting that anime girl look. And Bumblebee as an anime girl is not something that I'm personally interested in, but I'm kind of happy that they did still worked in the transformation aspect, albeit it's a shell former, but it's still there. All right, next up, we've got Kang Toys. And Kang Toys has been doing a lot of stuff with Predaking recently. We've been talking about their Masterpiece scaled Predaking, which is made up of the original Predaking members and then also a Optimus Primal looking thing. It's not really Optimus Primal, but it's a gorilla. And then obviously the feet and hands are also, different characters as well. They're coming to the table with something else here. And it's so different. I honestly, I don't know what it is. I didn't watch the video. It looks like an Abominus of some kind. It could be something completely different. I know there's a video out there that explains what this is, but it looks insane. So all the text on this page is all in Japanese, or it could be Chinese. Honestly, Jeremy, I'm sorry, I can't read it. I don't know what it is. I don't know what language it is. So it's an Asian language that I cannot read. But you've got a I'm going to say pterodactyl, but it's probably not pronounced that anymore. It's probably not that. It looks like a pterodactyl.
We're not paleontologists, so
no, come on,
You're
Mikey.
listening to the wrong Transformers podcast if you want accurate dinosaur description.
Pteranodon? Is that right? I don't know.
Sure.
Does it have
Let's go with that.
Let's go with that.
A lot of these look like Dinobots. that would transform and then combine, but they're not traditional Dinobots. Like one of them's a Spinosaurus.
Mhm.
And so we've got a lot of non-traditional Dinobots here that would look like they combine into a ginormous thing. And I mean, I'm all for it. This is the coolest looking thing. Um, Everything from Kang Toys is super spiky and edgy, and it's like what Mastermind Creations used to be, because you felt like if you slipped and grabbed, a Mastermind Creations figure, you would cut your hand, significantly. That's not the way. That's not how they are anymore. But this is what Kang Toys is. It is knives. They are all knives, and will hurt yourselves if you don't hold it properly.
So this picture we have up now, I don't know if you can read the text on that um, color display next to it says "Battle of the God." That's
Mm.
about
Okay.
all I can make out. I'm not sure who this is supposed to be, but uh, these are all really impressive.
Mm-hmm.
And Wolfwood says that the text was Chinese.
Okay.
So just to let you know, in case anyone, I mean, if you can read Chinese, you already knew that. So right,
Up
let us
next
know.
is Make Toys. And Make Toys, we talked about it, what one of their exclusives was going to be. And it's going to be this Slip Swarm, this Slipstream homage from Transformers Animated. And that they were just using the Seeker mold that they've used a million times, but now this is in Slipstream colors. This was popular. Slipstream has got an audience. So this sold out completely on Friday. And so that's very cool. Um, Knowing Make Toys, expect them to make more of these. I know that they said they were only going to bring 300 of these to the show, but I don't think it was limited to 300.
Yeah, I think you're
Um,
right.
So they just had 300 of them there. I think they'll probably find a way to make another batch of these because Make Toys has this is the way this company has they've become now. They're just doing repaints of the same figure over and over and over again. Um, this hit, and they're probably going to figure out a way to get this out again because it definitely worked. Um,
So I have a question. They said it sold out on Friday.
yes.
From my recollection of TFcons, Friday is only like the dealer room is only open for like VIPs, right? Like,
There was some. I mean, the TFcon schedule that I was looking at, there seemed to be some sort of events happening on Friday at
yeah,
the Orlando show.
I just don't remember like things being sold to the general public. So
Mhm.
if the general public didn't have a chance to buy this, that does seem kind of crappy in my opinion.
Mhm.
Just, I mean, I just,
I
I
mean,
just hope that it wasn't like people scalping it and then
is it up on eBay right now?
I don't know.
Like,
I'm
likely,
reading these
Probably.
slides, so
likely. I know it was going for I think 130, 140, maybe. And so that was retail. So it's on eBay. It's probably going for 200 or something like
Mm.
that.
DJ Ronan says it's in stock at TF Source.
Okay.
And
That
check
is the booth
eBay
that
right
was doing it.
now.
Slip Swarm. I mean, like I said last week, they didn't make any changes to the mold, so it's literally just that same body they've always used. They just changed the paint.
175 on eBay.
Mm. TF Source has it for $159.99. So
I
it's
have
not too bad a markup, I
yeah, buy
guess.
from TF Source.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, and then literally that's the only thing that Make Toys had to bring to the show. Like that is what Make Toys has become. It's just a repaint factory now. The next company we've got is Robot Toys, and this one here is. So, I mean, these guys are new. I've never heard of them before, but they're doing Beast Wars figures. I don't have any sizing on these. They give me a vibe of being of being legend scale, but then again, I could be wrong. But they definitely give off a vibe of being legend scale.
That's what I thought.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they look cool. You got a Beast Wars Megatron and a Beast Wars Optimus Primal. So yeah, they look cool.
The gorilla mode of Optimus Primal is more Beast Machines looking than Beast Wars, but the robot mode is Beast Wars.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah. All right, Metagate. And this is the one we were talking about last week with the Bumblebee movie Shatter. This is the triple changer. And I need to see this thing in person because this is a fully transforming triple changer of Shatter from the Bumblebee movie. And I want to see this thing in person. Jet mode, car mode, robot mode, they all look great. And especially that robot mode looks fabulous. So, yeah. And they ended their slide with a teaser image of an upcoming figure, which, I mean, not the right colors from, what was it? Dark of the Moon? No, it's not Dark of the Moon. It's the other one.
Age of Extinction.
Age of Extinction. The Bugatti. What did you? They gave him a popular name, but it wasn't Springer. It was
Drift.
What did they? Drift. That's right. That was right. It's not the right color scheme for Drift, but it's definitely the alt mode for Drift.
It's the right color scheme for G1 Drift.
That's right. It is. Yeah. So we've, are they working on another triple changer?
That robot mode though looks like Power Rangers villain or something to me.
Okay.
It does.
I never really watched Power Rangers much, but that's just the image I have in my head.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, movie Drift had like this. His head was a samurai, like kind of.
Maybe it's just
face
dark.
thing.
It's a poorly lit picture.
Yeah.
It's definitely a like a promo pic. All right, the next company we've got is Half the Battle Toys. This one kind of, I don't know, it irks me that it's still here because they've been talking about Half the Battle Toys for like 4 years now, and this stuff has not come out yet. That being said, I'm fairly certain Half the Battle Toys is one guy. So, so I can't get too mad, but they keep promoting it like it's coming. Be ready, get hyped, and I think it's just literally one guy. But I like the idea. It's they're really small little guys. You can go to the next slide there, Jeremy. We've got Autobots and Decepticons, and these things are tiny. You can see them, and in some of these pictures here, they've got them compared to some other figures. They're also working on a hammer for the third-party Unicron that O1 Studio sell. And it's the one that I have. And honestly, I'm looking at mine. I don't think I have room for this ginormous hammer in my display case, but it'd be kind of cool. Looks good. So that might be the newest thing that they're working on. But again, they've got a bunch of other figures here that they're promoting in color CAD model here. Yeah, and they look good. Speaking of O1 Studio, they're the next company we're going to talk about, and they are showing off a brand new version of the O1 Studio cell. They're calling it Overmind, and this is the black and purple colored version of Unicron. This was a toy version of the Armada Unicron that got brought out, and I don't know whether it actually happened in the show where Unicron came out and was black and purple, but they had this really rare release of the Armada toy that is black and is pretty badass looking.
You can say this is a shattered glass version. Instead of consuming planet, he spits out planet.
Yes. He builds planets.
He creates life.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
The I think the info said this was from Energon, from Transformers Energon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes, it looks really cool. The
Does
black and
yours have-
purple is
Sorry, does yours have the light up hand like the Armada toy did?
no, I
It
don't
looks
have
like this
a light up
does.
hand. Okay.
Mm.
Is it actually light up or is it
I
just
don't know. Might just be
yeah.
orange.
Yeah. Because that would be a whole other bit of wiring because there were the only light up gimmicks in this toy were in the head.
Mm.
It looks cool. I mean, the color scheme of black and purple is iconic. It just
Mhm.
looks great.
Yeah.
Throw in a little orange for Halloween and it's awesome.
Yep.
But the figure that they do have coming out very soon is their Primus, and they're calling it Seed. And this is the one we've talked about a bunch. We're looking at color prototypes here. And I believe the piece of news that I kind of got from these pictures, and I'm just going to want to confirm it because I was only looking at it on the weekend from a hotel room. And yeah, it does look like this figure is going to be a headmaster. So this is going to come with a small little Alpha Trion that looks like it's going to become the head of Seed, and that's pretty cool. It's a neat little ad that you can get for this figure. That I mean, it means nothing. It's Primus, and Primus really only was in one show. He's been in the comics, but he's not a headmaster. But why not make him a headmaster? Why, it's cool. And this way, you get an Alpha Trion figure.
Looks like
So
I don't know if you can have the head without them,
Mm.
or maybe that's just an extra one.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not 100% sure that it's a headmaster. It just looks like it is from the pictures that we have, right? I just think that's very cool. Iron Factory is next, and Iron Factory is full on leaning into their new their style now. So we're looking at a figure. I don't have a name on it here, but it's like looks like the Fallen.
Chaos Blaze.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is it? Oh, Chaos Blaze. Yes, it is. There it is. It's EX-72, and this is the Fallen. It the flame effects on this thing. It's just awesome. It just looks awesome. And then
War Within Fallen. Got to make that make that clear. It's War Within Fallen.
Yes.
Sorry. But then you can still with all the flame effects and stuff. You even transforming it, you still keep all the flame effects on, and it just looks great.
So they're not like blast effects. They're part of the figure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks great. Then you can go to their EX-73 Enki. It's what I said. Come on. And this is their samurai style that they've been doing for the last few years, and this is a side swipe, and transforming it into a alt mode. You're getting a really, really awesome Lamborghini alt mode, and I can't remember if that's if it's a specific car model. The front of that car model looks a lot like a newer Lamborghini, but this is all Legends class stuff. So I wouldn't really hold it against them if they weren't able to get the body style right. But it looks awesome. Very cool for a samurai style figure to have such a cool alt mode. All right, Magic Square is up next, and the first figure that they've got on their list is that little chibi Optimus Prime. Power Master Optimus Prime, I think we've kind of settled on, is their first figure here, and it looks pretty good. We did talk about it a bunch. The alt mode is kind of squat, but that's the whole point. It's chibi, and when you get it doesn't have any trailer or anything like that. It definitely just looks like a brick, but the fact that it's got opening doors is kind of neat. I mean, they didn't have to do that, but it does. So, yeah, fully transformable chibi Optimus Prime. It's pretty neat. Up next, we have New Age, and New Age's first figure they're showing off is that Wheeljack. It's called Hammond, and that's what we've talked about him a little bit before. It's coming with an arm for their Frankenstein, which is going to be their Autobot Spike. And we see a couple pictures here for that. The next figure on their list here is the Legend Scale Swoop. which will complete their line of Legend Scale Dinobots. This is not going to come with anything for Frankenstein. This is just a part of the set for the Dinobots. We do, in fact, have a different color on here as well. So you get a nice picture of Swoop in alt mode, and then into the different colors here, which I believe this is their interpretation of what G2 Swoop would have been, because it never did exist because they lost the mold. So that's very cool. And then a little tease for something coming up. This is New Age's H61 Triton, and that is most definitely Sea Spray. On to non-F. And it's always good to see non-F putting stuff in the panel, because that is most definitely one person. So, and non-F is doing a 3-inch modular figure line. So that's pretty cool. Modular, obviously, meaning you can break them apart and build whatever you want. So that's pretty neat. And that's fairly ambitious for non-F, I think. They usually just do parts kits. So a pretty neat little set for them. These will be compatible with few sublines that you can put these little dudes in. And then, they kind of look like what is it, Beast? Oh my God, I can't remember what
Battle Beast.
Battle Beast. That's right, Battle Beast. So yeah, very cool. If you're into that kind of stuff, you can get into those. And there is a new add-on kit for Studio Series Sludge. If you have a possibility of buying a second one, you can turn it into a Studio Series Paddles. Everyone likes the paddles.
Yeah.
So, and there's very, very small chance that we'll actually see an official paddles. So there you go.
I can't believe paddles caught on with the fandom. It was like a throwaway story in an anthology paperback book.
It's because the name is hilarious.
Paddles. Happy thought.
He's just such a happy little. He just wants to swim.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's just over there in Loch Ness, just being happy.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. We got Fans Hobby coming up next, and their figure that they were promoting was obviously one of the most popular exclusives for the weekend, and that was their Marksman. And that's the it's the 1.5 euro exclusive Predator jet. And it looked pretty good. I saw a lot of pictures on social media of them posing their new Marksman figure. It looks very cool. Very nice looking figure. We got a picture with the MB-08A. This is coming in December, and it's the Double Evil, and it's the toy color combination. So we're looking for a Overlord, and it's so this is a different coloring. So this is toy coloring versus the original coloring that they got. So it doesn't look that different, but it does. It is a little different. Yeah, you're getting a little bit of new accessories as well, so that looks pretty cool. The next piece from them is going to be MB-15C, and this is the purple Naval Commander. So they've done
very unique name there.
Yeah, right, very unique.
So they've done Naval Commanders in a few different colors now, and why not do it in purple? I mean, you've still got the mold. Why not throw some purple in there? And so they're going to put this out there. So if you've got a fetish for purple, then this is a big purple beast.
Yeah, if you look at the window on the alt mode, it's clearly shattered glass.
Yeah.
How much do you think this goes for? I never got
it's pricey. They did one as a TFcon exclusive last year for I think it was Chicago. Was that where we were? I think it was Chicago, and I think it was $240 or something like that. Yeah, it's a pricey one, but it's huge. Like, it's massive. Dr. Pants has I think both of them, and he swears by them. They're awesome. All right, and we've got a blaster team for the original Naval Commander, and this is just these are some mini cons that you can put together and form a gun with. So
The Requiem blaster.
Yeah,
this should possibly be the cheapest thing from Fans Hobby that you'll ever see in your life. So
and then hopefully
Yeah.
they'll also do a Star Saber, the 3 mini cons.
I would
sword.
I would think so. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep. All right. Up next is X Transbots, and X Transbots has been killing it as of late. So we've got a lot of things to show here, and we're going to start off with their Shattered Dante. This is their it's a green Inferno. Yeah.
Mhm.
Up next is they have this line of race cars now, and fully using the original like livery from actual real world race cars too. So I don't know if that's gonna get them into any trouble, but I don't think they care. This is the 26P Panda Racer Type Bond and James.
They clearly don't care.
They don't care.
You get Sony coming after you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Bond and James, not James Bond.
Yeah.
That's completely
My name
different.
Right.
My name is
This is the figure they used for Punch Counterpunch. So, and it makes an awful lot of appearances here on this list. They just keep repainting it in different cars with different liveries. So here it is again with the banana Dole.
Wow.
The E's
logos on it.
backwards.
Yeah.
The E's backwards.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
not
the
trademarked.
back.
True.
Yeah.
It's true. Yeah.
Oh,
So the exact same car. So these are cool. I mean, it's a cool looking robot. You've just, you're now getting, if you were a big fan of Dole and the fruit cups and stuff when you were a kid, then, you might be interested in this. We've got an official pace car, same figure, just a different paint scheme.
I don't know if anyone wants to army build Punch Counterpunch.
Yeah.
What's the next one we got here?
You went like a martini
a
glass.
red pace car.
Oh, we got a red pace car. Yeah. I think this is a Pontiac Fiero. I mean, I'd have to double check, but I'm pretty sure it's a Fiero for any car people out there. So we've got a different figure here, and this is their MX-43 Teardown, and it's the Constructicon Hook. So this will become a theme for the rest of the presentation, that Constructicons are coming back. And so this is the first one of many. It looks fairly complex, but again, this is just a color CAD model.
Is there a reason why all these companies decided to make Constructicons again? Like,
it's been a while. So
yeah, and I don't know. You'd think they would. There'd be some kind of communication, but they all seem to do it all at the same time.
Yeah.
They probably get word that one company is doing it and figure they need to get in, or they'll lose like their share.
Mm-hmm.
They try to do it whenever Hasbro is, as like, it seems like Hasbro is not focusing on the Constructicons, so they want to take advantage of the gap.
Okay.
And plus, with the progress in engineering, you can make changes to make a better figure than you previously had.
And the next one here is MX-44, and I'm pretty sure it's a little hard to see. It says Gravedigger.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, as long as it's not a monster truck, you can call it Gravedigger. So, so this one here is Scavenger. And I mean, these are, like I said, they're all CAD models. They all look great right now. Yeah. But again, Constructicons.
I love the colors.
Mm-hmm. And now this one is not a CAD model. This is a picture of an actual figure they've made. This is MX46 Big Load. I mean, we saw this in Toronto, I think. We actually saw this in one of the display cabinets. And this is this is long haul. And this doesn't look half bad. So for anyone interested in doing this, these are masterpiece scaled figures and from X Transbots. And so they do seem to be, on their way, but they are taking their sweet time, because this was at least 6 months ago that we saw this figure, and it's still not out yet. So all right.
And
it does appear, looks like it has rubber tires on it, which is always a big plus for me. And just the final picture is showing the back of a Megatron figure. So could they be taking another stab at Megatron?
Sure looks like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're these names. MX47. MX47 is Ron. That is Ironhide. It's just showing the back of them. So they're
Ron
not
Swanson.
they're not quite done with it. But so they have, X Transbots must have somebody on staff who's just cranking out the designs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And here's the whole team for
Team Contracticons.
Contractrons.
Contractrons. Yeah.
I would call them contractions. Come on. Well, this is a good name. The combiner is called Desecrator.
Yes,
that's a great name. Well, okay.
Doesn't look half bad. This is again a CAD model. But it's 522 millimeters. So again, that is not as tall as you think it would be. It's just over 20 and a half inches. So yeah. It's big, but it's not that big. So yeah, we got a few head designs here that they're looking at. I want to know where the one with the little the yellow head comes from. Where did they come? Oh, I guess maybe.
I thought there was like a tease of Constructicons or something. I don't know. Most of these look very strange. Like the second one, and I don't know, one of the bottom ones. Like the second one looks like the toy head, and one of the bottom ones looks like the cartoon head.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, Devastator definitely went through a number of different looks over the cartoon lifetime. But a few of these are a little crazy. Mm-hmm. Next up is Fans Toys. And Fans Toys, I was reading the comments when I was going through these. Fans Toys is taking some heat here, boys. This is nice to see, actually. Fans Toys has been at the top of the pile for a long time, and I enjoyed watching the fandom kind of turn on them here. So first up, we've got a bunch of tapes, and tapes are fun. Tapes are easy to do. It's something that a company can get out while they're working on bigger things. The first thing they've got is RP-01C, and this is I don't know the name of this one. This is like
Overkill.
This is Overkill, right? Okay, yeah. So
this was the only G1 2-pack tapes I had as a kid. Overkill, right? Slugfest.
Well, the Slugfest they have on the second design there is the wrong color. It is yellow, and the Slugfest G1 Slugfest is green. So either way, there's Overkill and Slugfest are here. The one I'm interested in is the next one here, and that is the little like crystal collector doodad that Soundwave uses in the first season, and you never ever see again ever. But I kind of want it just for that because it's such an odd little tape. But yeah, I like that thing. It's kind of cool.
They could easily change that to a Dino from Flintstones Transformer. Just minor modifications, and I can see that.
Oh, sure. Well, I mean, the Slugfest could be another one for sure. Like they could do another Flintstones reference there.
Yeah.
And then we've got Buzzsaw as the fourth tape on that list there. So a nice 4-pack of tapes from Fans Toys. Now we get these are partnered with their my goodness, I'm forgetting names now. It's their RP-02. So this is their second Robot Paradise figure. First one was Soundwave, and the second one here, Sound Blaster. Yeah. And Sound Blaster here is going to come with a Rat Bat, as it does. So you can see there's a couple of different iterations. You can get the Sound Blaster with, you can change the head to have red eyes or yellow eyes. You can do it with a design on the tape door. It's a bunch of different things here. I'm assuming the next thing is what got probably a huge reaction in the room, but also caused a bunch of people to kind of jump on the face of Fans Toys. Designs for a combiner, and that is the Constructicons again. We've got a full figure here of G1 Scrapper, and it looks like it's done. This would be Masterpiece Scaled Scrapper from Fans Toys, FT-32A. It looks very good in both modes, rubber tires, everything that everyone wants. The leg mode looks insanely articulated, like ankle joints. It's got a mid thigh joint, which is nuts. It looks
very stable.
Oh yeah, it looks really, really good. The part that got everyone going nuts on it is that the fact that Fans Toys has a history at this point of not being able to finish combiners, and people are still waiting for the body of a Fortress Maximus, which I never thought they'd do anyway. But people are getting all kind of upset that they're like, why are you still bringing out these things when you can't finish what you've already got going? So that is kind of the vitriol that was going on social media while I was reading these posts. All in all, this looks very good. I'm sure if it actually comes to fruition, they finish all 6 figures, it'll probably be amazing, and will end up being the pinnacle of Devastators to come for years, going. But it needs to happen. That needs to, it needs to be finished, and that's going to be the thing. Going forward, we're going to be done with Fans Toys. We're going to go on to Mastermind Creations. One of the exclusives. Mastermind Creations usually has a one, if not more than one exclusive per year. And theirs this year was Voltron Lion, made out of their Steeljaw cassette from last year. And this looked really good. Honestly, it looked awesome. This is their RMX-15 Vivance. And it was the Black Lion from Voltron. Looked great.
How many did you get, Jeremy?
I have not gotten any.
Oh.
You'd think I would have more great, Voltron toys in general, but I don't have a lot.
Oh.
Does look good, though. They are announcing. They do show a render here for a rat bat. And I like the way it looks. Their tapes, Mastermind Creations tapes, have like, I know they're all 3-dimensional, but these things seem to come like further out in the third dimension than most of the other tapes, because I don't know, they build like that steel jaw. You build the main out from the tape, and that's, it's much thicker than the actual body of the tape. So that's very cool, and I noticed that, and I appreciate that. The rat bat that they're showing builds the body out a bit more, because the wings are going to be super thin, so they actually have to build that body out and make it a little thicker. So yeah, I like the way that they're engineering their tapes. Yeah. And going on to the sub. Huh?
Well, Wolfwood was saying that these the Mastermind Creations exclusive are available for pre-order at Toy Dojo.
Yes. And if you're in Canada, it's ages 3 and up.
Mm-hmm.
Onto the sub company of Mastermind Creations, which is Perfect Effect. No, sorry, not Perfect Effect. It's Perfection Series, or Ocular Max. And they are still working on their Protectabots, and they are working on their Ignis. And that's the PS-23. And yeah, he's looking pretty good. He's still in prototype form. And so their combiners are all built in. We've talked about these before. You don't parts form these guys. Everything you need for the combiner is all built into each figure. And so that's pretty awesome. There's a couple pictures here of the Defensor in combiner mode here. They're still missing the Blades helicopter figure for the other arm, but everything else
the
is
legs
here.
are the same bot. Just
oh, right, yes, okay, yeah, you're right. So, and that would be Groove. I thought I saw a Groove here in one of the other pictures, but perhaps I'm mistaken. Yep, definitely am. So yeah,
they
all
have
right.
I can't remember the character's name from like they're on the left arm of the shuttle.
Oh, Blast Off.
Blast off.
Yeah, right on. Okay, and going into what they're going to work on next. Surprise, surprise. It's Devastator. But this is going to be in their style, which again will be the all built-in style. So all the parts to make Devastator will be included with each figure, which is very cool, because Devastator is a he's a very parts for me figure to begin with. So it'll be interesting to see how they pull that off. And that's it. So let's start with Apollo. I'm gonna put you on the spot. Anything stand out to you as something like, we started off with that Starscream, but let's go to, let's leave that one, because that's a given for you. Anything stand out to you as something that is interesting, or something you might want to pick up?
Well, I think it's just so interesting that all these different companies are making Devastator figures. I do find that very interesting. If I was to get one, it would be the Mastermind Creations one, because I have some figures from them, and I really like the style of figures from those. So, but I really think that's, as I said, like, it's just interesting. They're all coming out. The Voltron one looked really cool, actually, because I grew up watching Voltron, the dubbed version. So that actually looked really cool. And I think that's great that they're doing stuff that isn't just Transformers, but it has the transformation element. And I mean, Voltron did anyways, but having the character as a cassette is pretty cool.
Mhm.
Let's see. Those those Bond figures, I'm not it's funny, the Bond and James. I think they look really cool. Very surprised that they're not going to get infringe on any copyright with that. But let me see what else. I really like the Seed,
Mm,
the Primus figures. And to my knowledge, like we've never really seen like a G1 style Primus, and like to
right.
me, this is what would be like a G1 esque Primus. So I think that's really cool. And, hopefully this actually does get released. That would be great. Um, and I think it's a really cool thing. 'Cause there's really nothing like it out there. So, um, yeah, there's just a lot of cool things on here, that's for sure. The Slipstream, that's really cool, but as you brought up, Daryl, it's just a repaint of the Seeker mold that they have. Hopefully they re-release her. 'Cause she was very popular.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, those to me were like the standout ones. But I think it's always great seeing new stuff. These third parties can be very creative and take creative license over this since, it's not, they're just doing their own interpretation of the characters.
Yeah. Well, Charles, what about you? There's a few figures in here that I think are definitely of your style. Did anything stand out to you?
Uh, Not especially. I mean, I am curious about those dinosaur creatures from Kang Toys. I'm curious
Okay.
like what they're ultimately gonna look like. Like I'd like to the gray prototype made it really hard to see any detail, so I'd like to see them colored and see how they look. Um the Voltron lion, I think that was really cool too. Although I guess I don't know if you can get that since that was an exclusive at the con.
You can. I
But
mean, I'm looking at them pre-orderable on Ages 3 and up right now.
oh,
So
okay. All
should be
right.
able to order that.
Okay. Yeah, that one. I think I was a fan of Voltron too. I mean, I watched that back in the day. So I had a Voltron. I had one of those diecast Voltrons when I was a kid. So remember fond memories of Voltron.
Mhm.
Primus looks good. The Primus with a Headmaster Alpha Trion looks cool, but I don't think I will be picking up any giant figures anymore. So uh, I don't think I have space for that. But that is a cool looking figure. Um,
Hmm.
the Iron Factory Samurai Sideswipe looked cool. That looked interesting. Non-F's paddles upgrade kit was fun. Um, but I don't have the Studio Series sludge, so I can't really get it. The tapes, the Decepticon tapes that since I had those as a kid, that plucked my nostalgia bone a little bit, with the
Mhm.
Slugfest and Overkill. Um, it looked pretty cool, but nothing really amazing, I guess, but lots of little things that looked interesting. I'm not interested in any of the Constructicons. I mean, it's fine if people want new Constructicons, but there's a lot of Constructicons out there.
There certainly is.
Hmm.
Jeremy, what about you?
Well,
There's a couple beast figures in here.
yeah, I think the the Voltron Lion, it intrigued me a little bit, but I wasn't too interested until I just pulled it up on Toy Dojo and saw that it is sized 1-to-1 to a real cassette tape. I thought it was a mini, like one of the small cassettes.
Mhm.
So,
All of Mastermind Creations cassettes have all been like that.
okay, I didn't know that, but so it's $90 though.
Oh,
It's a spicy meatball, but it it does look really good. Um, the Constructicons really intrigue me because I've never gotten in onto the third party Constructicons or really any combiner,
Mhm.
and I really like the look of the which one's the Fans Toys one. However, you're scaring me with them not completing it. So if I were to get in on them, I would probably go with the Perfection series and having the benefit of everything being built in.
Mhm.
You know, if I were to jump in, that's one where I'd probably go. Um, Everything else, I don't know. The spiky dinosaurs. You know, I'm always curious to see how the really spiky designs come out in actual plastic. Stuff that would never pass muster with
Mhm.
Hasbro quality, you know, or safety controls.
Yeah.
The robot toys are the um, Beast Wars Megatron and Optimus look pretty cool. But I realized when I was going through this, we never talked about the Mastermind Creations exclusive for the show. Whoops. Let me pull it up here. Ah, there. Their
Yes, that's right.
Sever Grin.
Oh,
That wasn't on the
Yeah.
yeah.
list for some reason.
And
Yeah.
it just was it came out between shows. So
Right. I mean, but it
it got
wasn't in the slides. Usually they would have
no,
that in the
that's right.
slides.
Mm.
Mhm.
I wanted to ask why is like 'cause I actually saw a picture of this figure without it being
Yeah.
censored. Why is the image censored?
It's the Joker, and that's
It
a copyrighted image is Joker's
well, I
face.
mean, but the face didn't really even look that jokery, in my opinion.
It's animated Joker.
I guess. But this goes well with their Batman figure they did last year.
This
Okay.
sold out as well.
But you can pre-order it for
You can get it.
$100.
Yeah, that's right.
So
Yeah.
I mean, I would think a figure like this, $100 is easier to justify than the tape for 90,
Mhm.
in my opinion.
Right. Yeah. So actually, it's $138 Canadian.
Okay. No, thanks for explaining the reference because I like for some reason didn't make the connection. It's supposed to be the Joker, like, and but now it's so obvious that it
Right.
is,
And
just
you know,
based
that's why
off the
there's that
colors.
bang flag on the gun.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's got brass knuckles, it looks like.
Mm.
Why do we never have that accessory for our robots that already have metal hands?
They don't want to ding up their fingers.
Right.
Yeah.
they should have titanium knuckles or
Yeah.
something, right?
Yeah.
There should be like, you know, those characters that are like obviously vain and care about their paint jobs. They should be the ones with the brass knuckles so they don't scrape their paint.
Mhm.
Hmm.
But I don't know. Anyway, that figure looks good. I mean, your Batman that you got last year was amazing. And you know, this is a great compliment.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's it. That's the third party panel for Orlando, and yeah, it was good. There's some good stuff in there. Off to LA.
Yes.
All right. Well, that's all our toy discussion. So we will move on to trips to the store.
The Transmissions podcast will return after these messages.
All right. Of course, Trips to the Store is powered by our friends at TeePublic. So you can go to our TeePublic store at transmissionspodcast.com/TeePublic. You can buy some cool shirts, other merchandise. So we've got Transmission shirts right here. You can get them all stuff with our podcast logo on there. Daryl's rocking his Autobot or good guy shirt, not Autobot, good guy. You can check those out there. Buy anything through our link from TeePublic that helps out the show. So transmissionspodcast.com/TeePublic. All right. Oh, let's show off the stuff we got this week. We're going to start off with Jeremy.
All right. I just have two more covers of Transformers #1. This is an order I had from TFAW that came in. I got the Daniel Warren Johnson Decepticons cover. And then I also have the Ryan Otley cover, which I really liked. It was Optimus punching Starscream. So sorry, Apollo.
Okay.
So two more to the collection of covers.
Getting closer to that Shelton.
No, I'm not. There are some like Polish covers and stuff. There's no chance.
Oh, wow. All right. Daryl, you're up next.
Okay.
I'm not used to being this early.
No.
No.
Still had to prep something here, and I actually remembered something while I was doing this because I saw it sitting in the corner. Because I got something while I was off, and it kind of got hidden. Anyway, I'm going to talk about the stuff that arrived in the mail this past week. I got a ginormous box of comics from someone named Charles, who the UPS guy dropping it off said, "That's an awful lot of comics." And I said, yeah, it is. It's like, okay. Thanks. So yeah, I'm known in the neighborhood now by the UPS guy as a guy who gets lots of comics. Anyway,
Yeah.
in the box was the books for everybody here in Canada. So if you're in Canada and you are a Patreon, your books have been sent out. I did it already. I have tracking numbers if that's important to anybody. They're all here on this list. Big list of tracking numbers and stuff. I did it all. But
You know what tracking number goes with what person?
I do. So yeah.
Put it in our. I have a spreadsheet. Put it in the spreadsheet.
You'll have to send me the link, but yeah, I will. I can do that. It's going to take me some time because there were like 8 of them. Anyway, I did get some books in that box for myself, though. This is the 1 in 25 that I got for myself. Again, sorry, Apollo. This is the one that Jeremy's. So we all got it. So,
4 stars.
Starstream getting it. This is the 1 in 50. So I don't usually get higher ratio variants. So I'm kind of happy to have them. And then of course, I finally own ours. There's ours. It's a great cover. I like this one a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so I'm going to be I have some here now in Canada. So if you are in Canada and you're like, I don't want to have them ship it from the US, it's going to be, mangled or whatever. They're here in Canada now. I can ship them from Canada. And if you're actually in London, like I am, I'm going to drop some off at the comic book shop and you can get them there, or I'll just deliver them to you. It's way easier.
Yeah.
You can meet me.
Think of the value there.
Yeah.
Premium delivery service from Daryl.
DJ Ronan says he paid extra for hand delivery. Did you charge him?
he got tipped.
I mean, it wasn't that kind of hand delivery, but it was worth it.
It's like Uber Eats. That's the best.
You just rang the doorbell, left it right in front of the door, and ran away.
Yeah.
The one thing that I did want to mention that I kind of just remembered I had, these things came into the store, and there has been something in the Transformers, kind of like mythos that came in cereal boxes when I was a kid that I've been struggling to find because they were cereal prizes and most people threw them out. And I remember them because my neighbor, when I was really young, worked at the Kellogg's factory here in town, and one day brought a box, like a big box filled with these things. So I had the whole set as a kid. And they are little Transformer lenticulars.
Oh,
nice.
So that's Megatron.
Cool. Oh, cool. Some hologram.
Yeah, well, it's a lenticular, so it's there's 2 images on it, and so there's a set of 6 here. There's Optimus Prime. These things are impossible to find. I mean, you can look up Transformers lenticulars online. You'll find some on eBay, and people are just kind of getting rid of them, and they're relatively cheap, but nobody knows about them. There's Skywarp.
Cool.
Well, and getting them in the bag like that.
This is Laserbeak. And Soundwave.
That's cool.
And Prowl. And there's another one here in the bag somewhere that I didn't grab in the short time I had it, but I do have a Bumblebee as well. I have a double of Soundwave.
Oh,
and
wow.
The only one from Series 2 that I have is Beachcomber.
Oh.
So they're not stickers. They're just little cards, but they are little lenticulars. And this has been the one thing since I've been back in Transformers for like over a decade and a half, because I was, I've been on the show for a decade and I did my own thing for 5 or so years before then, that has been in the back of my brain trying to find these damn things. And I've basically given up hope. And then they just kind of walk into the store that I'm helping out at and like, oh, here you go. So it's very cool. I'm very happy to have the first series of the ones. I'm not going to try and chase down anymore, but they're very, very cool. And I'm so into these things.
I just found a blog post from 2010 about these, and they called them the flicker stickers.
Flicker stickers. That's right.
You said they're not stickers.
They're not stickers. There's no sticker on them. Yeah. Yeah. Not a sticker.
Flicker
I tried to
Snickers.
If you try and take off the back, you're tearing them apart. So
no, don't destroy it.
Yeah. So they're very cool. It's literally just the box art.
Wow.
Like you flick them back and forth, right? But they're neat. They're very cool. Lenticular, after a while, it just kind of starts to bend on you. So they're not in the best condition. I mean, obviously these ones that are in the bag still are in perfect condition inside, but they're all bent. So they're just neat. And yeah, I'm happy to have them now. They're very cool. So,
that's so cool.
Yeah. But as a kid, like I might have been 5 or 6 years old. Right.
Like and 85.
Yeah. So yeah, 5. And I had an entire box full of these things, and dumb parents threw them away. Like Daryl's done with these box of, because they're just stupid little stickers. So yeah. Anyway, that was the one thing that I was really excited to show off, and now I've done it, and I'm good.
All right. I will go next. I don't have new stuff, but I did open some of the stuff I do have. This was part of my collection of stuff I got at TFcon Toronto in the summer. I opened my core class Dinobots. So this is a sludge. No, this is This is slug and sludge. Slug and sludge. There we go.
Oh.
Sludge is kind of terrible. His dinosaur mode is pretty. I mean, the Triceratops should not be bigger than the Brontosaurus. That's just not great. Slug is better. I like Slug's dino mode. His tail does have a little weapon, and it is, since Slug is the chest piece, the tail actually has the head of Volcanicus in it there. So there it is.
That's cool.
its little antennae are then the tail piece for Slug. So there it is. And then that plugs into the back of Slug/Slag, whatever you want to call them. Beryllium baloney. So.
Are you going to build Volcanicus at some point?
Yes. I just need Snarl. Snarl's the last.
You still haven't gotten the last one?
Yeah. Still waiting on Snarl. Hopefully he'll be coming to Target soon. All right, yeah, that's I think I've got lots of things I haven't opened yet here, so I'll probably be going through those for a few weeks. So that's it for me. So we will finish up with Apollo.
Well, before Apollo goes, I just want to say I did locate the other two. So there actually was another one I missed. So there's a Sideswipe that I completely forgot about, and then there's the Bumblebee there. So,
cool.
Yeah,
nice.
Did you get the wave 1 of those?
All of wave 1 is there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So first thing I have to show is in my opinion, the coolest cover for the new series. It's our exclusive cover featuring Starscream.
And he's not getting punched.
Yeah.
Yep.
He looks like though he's cowering in fear, which is can be typical of him though. So
Or he's doing the superhero landing.
Yeah. Yeah. So even though he's not superhero-ish at all, spoilers.
In his own mind.
Yeah, in his own mind, he's a superhero. So I went and saw, because I haven't been on here since I saw the Cybertron spree when they came in town here. So one of the things I got, which is super cool, is a Transformer they were selling of Ravage. And this is a USB, and it's in its alt mode, it's a cassette, and it has a USB stick that comes out, and it has their album on there.
Oh, nice.
Yes, I don't know if you can see.
Yeah.
Is that based off of the older USB Ravages, or is this a newer?
The older USB one, I have that, and it doesn't transform into a cassette though.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, this actually turns into a cassette. So, it's really cool. So
that's a great use of a figure like that. Put your album on it.
Yeah, I thought that was so cool when I saw that at their merch table. I was like, okay, take my money. So, the next thing I got, I have not opened anything, is I got Studio Series RC. So I finally got her. I'm very excited because, I liked how she looked. So I am going to open this at some point. Very happy. And
we should say that's 86 Studio Series 86 RC, so people know.
Yeah, not Rise of the Beasts, not Bumblebee, Studio Series 86. So, as I said before the show, so the Ross is getting a bunch of Transformer figures. So I went on a quest last week to try to find certain figures. Didn't find what I was looking for, but I did pick up some figures because it's such a great deal. And I'd been eyeing these when they were originally in Walmart. So the first one is Diaclone Burnout.
Cool.
Nice.
Yeah. And the price is right. It's like $7.99. So
wow. Yeah. That's good.
So got him. And then this one I had never seen before. And it's from the Buzzworthy Bumblebee line. It's B127.
Oh.
So I had never seen this, and it looks really cool, at least from the art on this is a Cybertronian mode for Bumblebee from the Bumblebee movie. I just thought it was really cool, so I picked it up because it's also $7.99. So, Yeah, so that is my swag for trips to the store this week.
Very nice.
You did well.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Well, that's all for trips to the store. So let's move on to convention news.
We now return to the Transmissions podcast.
In convention news this week, we have news that Hasbro Pulse is going to be at MCM London Comic Con this Saturday, October 28th. It will be 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. Obviously, London time. And this is the Hasbro brand marketing team there. So for Transformers, they are going to have all new Studio Series reveals. So, maybe we'll finally see that elusive Bumblebee Megatron. That I don't know. Didn't we see the like
Mhm.
a leaked picture of that? But we'll see what else they show off. Maybe they'll show off an Ultra Magnus as well. Who knows? But always good to see that. And since it's going to be on a Saturday, we will get to talk about it next week. I am excited about that. Usually they announce things like a day or two after we record. So this is awesome. If you are going to be at MCM London Comic Con, it'll be at Center Stage. So go and check that out. You're also going to have G.I. Joe, Ghostbusters, Star Wars, and Marvel teams there as well. Next, this is something I saw on the Third Party Unlimited Facebook group. They posted that TFcon Baltimore has been announced. That was at the very end of TFcon this weekend. It will be November 1st through 3rd, 2024 at the Hilton Baltimore Inner Harbor. So, I guess I was telling Charles before the show, I'm guessing that like Orlando, Baltimore, and Chicago seem to be the three rotating spots in the U.S. And then they have the LA and Toronto, just every year in those places. So we'll see if 2025 is in Chicago, if my theory is correct. But I think that's good. You get middle of the country, Florida, and then East Coast, and then you have LA every year where all the actors are. But this is cool. I'm going to try to make it. I don't know if I can, but Charles, you said it's only a few hours away.
Yeah, I mean, it's I don't know the logistics of doing it right after Halloween, so my kids might be. I mean, I guess I can leave that morning of November 1st, so I guess we'll see.
I mean, you'll have a lot of extra snacks for the road.
Yeah.
Take your dad tax of the Halloween candy.
Sounds like a plan.
Well, that's awesome. So
yeah, the last time it was in Baltimore, Dr. Pants and Mike and I hung out. So
we know Derek's there, and
yeah,
a bunch of other people they can easily get to Baltimore. I mean, that's like the DC area as well.
Yep. All right. Well, that's all for convention news. And that takes us to the end of the show. So thanks, everyone, for watching. Of course, at the end of every episode, we give a shout out to our Masterpiece Donatrons. Those are the folks who continue to support the podcast at our highest level on Patreon. So thank you once again to John Forex Lemongood and Demon Tech 82. You guys rock. Apollo, thanks for coming back and hanging out with us again this week. Why don't you tell everyone where they can find you online?
All right. You can find me in several places. I am on Instagram, Twitter, and Blue Sky at RoboApollo. I'm slowly getting back into art. I did draw something over the weekend, so I need to post that. I have not posted that yet. But I post mostly art, and I'm also involved in the Discord community for Transmissions. And that's another place you can find me online.
Awesome. All right, everyone. We'll say goodbye for now. Of course, we still got our Transformers #1, available at transmissionspodcast.com/comic. So get your copy. Check it out there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Be like us. Be cool.
Yep. All right, everyone. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Later.
I think Hasbro Pulse also.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Transmissions. If you'd like to join the conversation, travel to our Discord channel at transmissionspodcast.com/Discord. Want some cool Transmission swag? Feast your eyes on our Transmissions gear at transmissionspodcast.com/shop. If you'd like to support our podcast, go to transmissionspodcast.com/support or tell your friends about our show. We'll see you next time.